Welcome to Philippine-Canadian Inquirer's Daily News Roundup, brought to you by CanadianInquirer.net, your only Filipino-Canadian daily news portal. I'm Rowan Echo, and here's stories making headlines today. Trump to discuss human rights with Duterte. A White House official said that U.S. President Donald Trump will raise human rights concerns in the Philippines to President Rodrigo Duterte in November at the 50th anniversary of ASEAN and the ASEAN-US Summit. The U.S. President is expected to be in Manila in November 12 and 13. It can be recalled that in May, Trump called Duterte and lauded the results of the war the latter waged against illegal drugs. Pentagon chief accuses North Korea of threatening catastrophe. U.S. Defense Secretary Jim Mattis accused North Korea on Friday of building a nuclear arsenal to threaten others with catastrophe and said the Trump administration remains committed to compelling the North to accept complete nuclear disarmament. Calling the North a threat to global order, Mattis stood inside the demilitarized zone that separates the two Koreas and pledged solidarity with the South. Quote, "We stand shoulder to shoulder with you and the Korean people in confronting the threats posed by the Kim Jong-un regime," unquote, Mattis said as South Korean Defense Minister Song Yong-moo looked on. Mattis called the North an oppressive regime that shackles its people, denying their freedom, their welfare, and their human dignity in pursuit of nuclear weapons and their means of delivery in order to threaten others with catastrophe. Making time to visit a U.S.-South Korean military observation post to peer into the North, Mattis was also briefed on conditions along the border created after a truce halted the Korean War in 1953. Mattis arrived in South Korea earlier Friday to meet with the nation's top defense officials and American military commanders on the front line in countering North Korea's nuclear weapons program. Mattis is emphasizing the Trump administration's push for a diplomatic solution to the problem, but he also had said the U.S. is prepared to take military action if North does not halt its development of missiles that could strike the entirety of the United States, potentially with a nuclear warhead. Status of Women Canada gets $41 million to help with bigger workload. The Liberal government is giving Status of Women Canada more money to pay for the extra workload that comes with its focus on gender equality. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has said that advancing gender equality is a priority of his government, which includes running their proposals through gender-based analysis, which looks at how a certain policy might affect men and women or boys and girls in different ways. The agency responsible for carrying out much of that work has been struggling from cuts the previous Conservative government made to its budget more than a decade ago. That is about to change as the economic update released Tuesday earmarked $41 million to increase capacity at Status of Women over 6 years. Quote, "The new funding is yet another indicator that our government takes gender equality very seriously and is determined to make it a reality," unquote, said Celia Cannon, a spokeswoman for Status of Women Minister Maria Monsef, who was not made available for an interview. The Finance Department said the money will go towards things like boosting the capacity for engaging with provincial and territorial governments, stronger communications, better strategic policy support, and measuring results and delivery. That wraps up our news here on PZI Daily News Roundup. Thank you for joining us. For more news stories, visit our website at www.canadianinquirer.net.